Welcome to Your Daily Writing Habit, episode number 960. If you are writing a book or thinking about it, or maybe you've started writing your book but you need some help getting it done, you are in the right place. Happy Sunday, everyone. I'm your host, Christine Whitmarsh. If you're looking for me online, look for Christine Inc., like that stuff we write with. Each day, I'm sharing with you the writing habits I've learned over my 20 years as a ghostwriter, book coach, and author. I have found that three things in particular have a huge impact on your success as an author, and they have the ability to turn a quote-unquote non-author into a published one. Those three things are writing fundamentals, productivity, and mindset habits. And once again, happy Sunday, everyone. As we do Sunday here on the show, it is Sunday story time, where I grab a book off my bookshelf, whether it's one of my own books, a client book, or a book that has positively impacted me in some way. I read you an excerpt from the book and then follow it with some sort of learning question or lesson that you can use to apply the information to your own work. And today I grabbed a book off my client bookshelf called Shift the Narrative: A Blind Man's Vision for Rewriting the Stories That Limit Us, and it is by Russell Redenbaugh. And the reason I selected this particular book today is that most likely in January, it was to be today, but it was postponed, but most likely in January, I will be interviewed by a film crew to be featured in an upcoming documentary on Russell Redenbaugh's life, a film by the same name, Shift the Narrative. The movie will not only tell Russell's incredible life story, it will also be sprinkled throughout with vignettes of other people who have shifted their life narratives in remarkable ways. And I am beyond honored to be one of those people. I'm also excited because in addition to the interview, the documentary crew will be filming me performing. Okay, like improvising really on lira, on aerial hoop, for those of you not familiar, which is my favorite side passion in life. So here is an excerpt from the book, Shift the Narrative, talking about the first time Russell competed in the World Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Championship in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. And it's important to note that Russell was a unique competitor, being totally blind and missing most of his fingers due to a rocketry explosion from when he was a teenager, which of course is the basis of the entire memoir. So in this championship, he competed against younger, fully abled opponents. And here is the excerpt. David changed the rules completely. He had no armor, nothing to limit his movement, and he fought from a great distance away from Goliath. The 6'7" giant used hand-to-hand combat, fighting up close to win his game. David never got in range, and with his slingshot and pebble essentially became the world's first sniper. Play your own game, no matter how big the competition is, or how unlikely it seems that you will win. Soon after it was clear that I had gotten good at the sport, Steve had another big idea that I should start competing. After winning several smaller regional competitions, I competed at the Nationals in California and won. My wife, Natalia, a Brazilian jiu-jitsu competitor herself, Steve, and my other coaches encouraged me to go to the World Championship held in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Walking into the Brazilian arena was absolutely overwhelming. It was huge, confusing, and impossible to hear anything. The Seattle Seahawks NFL team call their fans the 12th man on the field because of the way their stadium is constructed to amplify noise. I was now to play my game in the middle of that chaos. Standing in the center of it all, I was scared to death and promptly made it to the restroom just in time to be sick. They run 6 fights at the same time, resulting in the screaming echoes of fans cheering, coaches shouting, and bodies slapping onto plastic mats. Nobody can hear a thing, including the competitors. I was now fighting blind and deaf. Nearing the end of my match, I was exhausted and on the brink of giving up. My arms and legs weighed 1,000 pounds each, and the noise had created a constant ringing in my ears. I became very disoriented, discouraged, and was seconds away from quitting. Then, through the din, I suddenly heard the voice of my Brazilian coach, Solo Rivera, black belt, 10-time jiu-jitsu world champion instructor. He was yelling something at me. I forced my mind to clear the ringing in my ears to make out what he was saying. "No, don't give up, Russell. If you could only see his face, you've got him. Push it. I don't know how, but I found some reserves, pushed through, got him in a chokehold, and choked him out. Star Trek fans might recognize the result as similar to the Vulcan nerve pinch, where the blood supply to the head is cut off by pressing critical blood vessels in the neck. To my incredible surprise, I won the championship. Solo later explained, if you could see his face, you would see that he was way more tired than you. He was only seconds away from tapping out. You had him. And there's a quote from Ross Perot. Most people give up just when they're about to achieve success. They quit on the 1-yard line. They give up at the last minute of the game, 1 foot from a winning touchdown. And that again was an excerpt from one of my clients, a book, Shift the Narrative, A Blind Man's Vision for Rewriting the Stories That Limit Us, Russell Redenbosch, soon to be a documentary film. And here are some learning questions based on today's featured book. When have you been on the verge of quitting something, but at the last minute decided to keep going? What did you learn from that experience? Did it keep you from quitting other endeavors after that? And how can you keep these lessons top of mind in similar situations in the future? So I hope those are useful questions. And, while we're waiting for the movie to come out, if you want to read Russell's jaw-dropping life story, I will drop a link in the show notes so you can get your copy. I will also drop a link to my own memoir, The Power of the Curve, in case you're curious about the curves that I've overcome in life and why a documentary film crew would be interested in interviewing me in a movie. So look for both of those links in the show notes. Thank you for joining me here on Your Daily Writing Habit, where I am helping you write and finish writing an awesome book. Until tomorrow, happy writing.